Hello friends, welcome back to the Project Pathshala YouTube channel. I hope you are doing great and have seen my previous video on creating a pre-splash screen. If you haven't seen yet, then click the link above or find the link in the description. Now today in this video we will see layouts and their different types. So without wasting time, let's start the video. In Android development, layouts are the containers which contains the views such as text view, image view, button, etc. To understand the layout better, let's take an example of a rack which we see in the book library. The rack looks like this and the books are placed in the rack like this. The rack helps us to arrange the books properly. Similarly, the layout helps us to arrange the views properly. Now there are so many different types of layouts such as linear layout, relative layout, frame layout, constraint layout, grid layout and table layout. Now there can be other layouts also, but around 95% of time you will be using these layouts only. Out of them, today we will learn these 3 layouts and in the next video we will learn the rest of the layouts. So before going into the details of each layout, remember it is not necessary that if you are performing some work with one layout can't be performed using the other layouts. Now let's start with the linear layout. A linear layout is like a container which contains the views in horizontal or vertical direction only, as shown in the screen. Now let's understand this in the code. We know that a layout is like a container, so let's see how a layout as a container looks like with the help of linear layout. So first change the layout to linear layout. Now to visualize a layout, we will change the layout background color. Give any color. Okay, as you can see, the layout width and height is match parent here. So this means that whenever we set a layout width and height to match parent, it means that the layout will match its width and height to its parent. As you can see in this screen, that the whole screen is changed to this background color. Now if you do the layout width and height to some fixed size, let's say the width is 300 dp and the height is 300 dp. You can see on the screen that the layout size has changed to 300 cross 300. Now again change the layout width and height to wrap content. Here wrap content means that the layout will change its size based on how much area taken by the views inside the layout in total. Right now we can't see our layout because there is no view inside the layout. Let's add a text view inside this linear layout. Text view, width will wrap content and height will also wrap content. Add a text, text 1, text size 30 sp, text style bold. Close the text view. Now as you can see, the layout covered the area exactly equal to the size of the text view. Now let's add another text view. I will copy the same text view. From this you can clearly see that when layout has a size equal to wrap content, then the layout size is decided by the view inside the layout. If there is no view, layout has no size. Now talking about linear layout, let's see the behavior of views inside the layout. First change the layout width and height to match parent. And then add a text view. Layout width wrap content, layout height wrap content, text 1, text size 30 sp, text style bold, Now as you can see, by default the first text view inside the layout is placed at top left corner, but we can change its position to anywhere by changing its gravity. Let's see how. Use gravity property. Here you can see there are so many options for changing the gravity. We'll use center. As soon as we use center, the text view positions itself to center of the parent layout. Again, we can center it horizontally or vertically by using center underscore horizontal to center it horizontally, or center underscore vertical to center it vertically. Again, we can change the gravity to top. Along with gravity top, if we use a pipe and then add right here, you can see the text position itself to top right corner. We can change top right to bottom right like this, or bottom left like this. So this is how we can change the layout gravity to anywhere. For now we will change the layout gravity to center. Now let's add another text view. I will copy the same text view and name it text2. Now as you can see in this screen that the other text view is placed next to the first text view horizontally in left to right direction. This happened because in linear layout we need to specify the orientation, and based on that we can place the views in horizontal direction, that is left to right, or in vertical direction, that is top to bottom. But in case if we don't specify any orientation, then the default orientation gets set, and the default orientation is horizontal. That's why in spite of we did not specify any orientation, both the text views are placed horizontally. Now if we change the orientation from this layout to vertical, the both text views are placed in vertical direction. So this is how we use the linear layout to design our app. Now let's see the relative layout. A relative layout is like a container which contains the views placed such that they represent a relation with each other or with the parent layout as shown in the screen. Now let's understand this in the code. Now let's see the behavior of views inside the relative layout. For that, change the layout to relative layout and then add a text view here. Give the width to wrap content and height to wrap content. Text1, text size 30 SP, text style bold, close the text view. So just like linear layout, we can set the gravity here also. For now we will not give any gravity. In relative layout, we can set the view in relation with the parent. We can set this text view to the center of the parent using center in parent true, or we can center it to the left side using align parent left true, or we can center it to the right side using align parent right true. Also we can center it to the top using align parent top true, and removing align parent right, just like this. We can also make it align parent bottom true. If we remove this center in parent, the view changes position to the bottom left. We can also change the position to bottom right using align parent right true. This is how we define the relation of a view with parent layout in relative layout. Now let's see how we position the view in relation with the other view. For that, add another view. I will copy the same text view and paste it here, and then I will change the name to text2. Now as you can see, just like linear layout, in relative layout view don't position themselves one after the other horizontally or vertically, but instead they overlap on top left corner. Now because we will position the views with respect to other views, we will provide them ID. Give the first view text view ID TV1 and TV2 to the second text view. To show you how to position them in relative layout, I will center one text view and position the other text view in surrounding of the first text view. To do that, let's make the first text view center in parent true, and then to position the second text view to the left of the first text view, we will use to left of and give the ID of first text view. As you can see, the second text view position is set to the left of the first text view, but it is at the top. To make it center, we will use center in parent true. Similarly, to place the second text view to the right of the first text view, remove the to left of property and then add to right of property and give the ID of the first text view. Now to place the second text view to the top or bottom of the first text view, you can use align parent of true and center in parent true, and then you can add margin top to minimize the distance between them. Similarly, for placing the view in bottom, use align parent bottom true, and then instead of margin top, give margin bottom. To minimize the distance between them. The other way to do that is by creating another relative layout of your specified size and make center in parent true. For understanding purpose, add different background here and then include the views you created inside that relative layout here, and then here use center in parent true, and to place it on the top use align parent of true, or to place it in the bottom use align parent bottom true. If you don't want to change the color of the relative layout, you can copy the previous color and paste it here, just like this. So this is how we position the views in relative layout. Now let's see the frame layout. A frame layout is like a container where the views can be placed as one view on top of the other view as shown in the screen. Now let's understand this in the code. Although the frame layout is rarely used, we will see how to use it in any application. First, change the layout to frame layout. The frame layout is mainly used to show only one view inside the layout. However, we can add multiple views, but in frame layout the views overlap with each other and the most recent view added is visible and the other view hide behind that view. Let's see how. Let's add views inside the frame layout. Add an image view. Match parent. Give the image using src. We have this title image. Let's add another view, text view. Match parent, text, hello world, text size 50 sp, gravity center. Add another view, button, give the text, submit, text size 50. Now here you can see we have added 3 different views. First is image view, second is text view, and third is button view. But only button is visible here and other 2 views are not visible. This happened because in frame layout the views overlap with each other and the most recent view added is visible and other views hide behind that view. That's why the button view is visible. If we remove this button view, we can see the other 2 views, text view and image view. The another use of frame layout is to create a widget like bottom navigation bar, tab layout or navigation drawer, etc. To understand this, we will create 3 different layouts and use them in the same frame layout. Here we have created 2 linear layouts overlapping with each other inside the frame layout. To show one layout at one time, we will change the visibility of any one layout to visibility gone. So as you can see, for the first layout we have changed the visibility to gone, so we can see the second linear layout here. And if we make the visibility of first linear layout to visible and then change the visibility of second layout to gone, we can see the second layout here. So as you can see that in the same place we can add multiple layouts using the frame layout. So this is also one of the use of frame layout. Now we can also use the frame layout to show multiple views without overlapping to each other using the layout gravity individually in the views. Let's see how. Let's add one text view. Now we will change the gravity individually. We want to place this text view to bottom, so we will change the layout gravity to bottom. We can also add center to make it center of the bottom, and again we can change the layout gravity of second text view also to center to make it center, or to top and then center to make it center of the top. You can use this feature of frame layout according to your requirement. So this is how we use the frame layout to position the views. So that's it for today's video. We will cover the remaining layouts in the next video.